Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the first FIDE Online Olympiad for people with disabilities. And we are ready for round 4 today. Both of us, myself, Ulrike Vogel and Polina Torochkova, will be leading you through the broadcast again. So, and this is really a unique event in the history of chess for people with disabilities.
And it's good to do a short recap. What is the format of this event? It's really a worldwide event. We have started with 61 teams and almost 400 players from around the world. The event consists of 2 stages. The first one is 7-round Swiss system, from which the best 4 teams will qualify to play a double round semi-final. The best 2 teams will advance to the finals, while the 2 others will compete for the 3rd prize. The time control in all stages is 25 minutes plus 10 seconds increment. And the nice feature of this event is that every team has 1 female board. And what is highly important, that for the first time ever, all totally blind players compete under equal conditions during the first FIDE Online Olympiad for people with disabilities, as they are supported by online assistance, what is a huge advantage of online format of chess, as a matter of fact. In total, there are 63 assistants working as volunteers on this online Olympiad. And on behalf of FIDE's DIS Commission, we would like to publicly thank you for all this great work you are doing.
So obviously yesterday we had the 3rd round and things are starting to get a little bit more interesting. Poland 1 continues to lead the field, not quite on a perfect score, so they lost half a point yesterday on their board 4, and Russia 1 is snapping at their heels with 11 points on game points. So and obviously some of the teams that have entered as favourites are continuing to be at the top of the table, so it'll continue to be interesting over the remaining rounds. Grandmaster Yakov Silverman of Israel drew his game against Jacek Staszanczyk of the 2nd Polish team, showing how much of a force the Polish teams really are to be reckoned with. Obviously, one of the team pairings we looked at yesterday with GM Thomas Luther, Zimbabwe versus Mongolia, ended in 2 wins and 2 losses for each of the teams. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what today's round is going to bring, as we are almost at the halfway point of the first part of the competition.
And let's see how the things were going yesterday among the leading teams, Russia and Turkey. Kajanovic Marina from Russian team number 1 against Demirel Hussein from Turkish team number 2 were playing on the 4th board. And the Albin counter gambit was played. This opening takes its name from Adolf Albin, who played it against Emanuel Lasker in New York in 1893. Thus, d4, d5, c4, e5, d2, e5, d4. Sacrificing a pawn, black achieves a sharp aggravation of the struggle. The black pawn at d4 is stronger than it may appear. White plays e4, the Spassky variation. In the Spassky variation, white plays e4 to take advantage of the fact that an en passant capture must be made immediately after the enemy pawn advances. Black's response is knight c6. Then there was knight f3, knight g, e7, bishop g5, bishop g4. This was followed by black castle queenside and white castle kingside. The position with opposite side castling arose. Black is planning an attack on the king side, while white in turn is leading a pawn attack on the queen side. It is advantageous for white to exchange queens to seize space on the queen side, and soon white manages to exchange queens. White successfully attacks on the queen side. As a result, white promotes the c pawn to a queen. White was just winning. Turkish chess player resigned. Russian team number 1 achieved a win of 4-0 over Turkish team number 1 and takes a leading position with 5 more teams. And to make sure that you can follow the action today, have a look on Tornello, where you can keep an eye on the live games. The direct link is also posted on our Facebook page.
Perfect. And obviously we'll have some people joining us again today as well. We are just sort of waiting to come on, so we're quite excited to have sort of 2 different people joining us today. One obviously a chess player himself, and the other one a parent of one of the chess players that is participating in the tournament. So it'd be interesting to get some perspective from those people who are you know, coaching teams supporting them. So we're really excited to have that today. And I think, as we were saying, it's great to see that, things are starting to sort of to hot up a little bit. And as obviously the team pairings are sort of getting closer in player strengths. So it's really, I think today will definitely be sort of quite an interesting day to watch. So as Polina mentioned, make sure that you tune in obviously on Tonello to follow all the games on there. Obviously, the final results will be published on Chess Results once the once the round is over today. The results from yesterday and obviously the previous rounds are all on there already, so you can sort of see how the individual people have been doing. So keep your eyes peeled for that as well. I think we should be having our first guest on in a moment as well. What are sort of some of the things you're looking forward to, some of the games that you're looking forward to today, Polina?
Okay, I will think that we will follow the games of our special guest today. Okay, I think we can introduce him already because our special guest today is the most diverse grandmaster that you will ever meet and the captain and the trainer of the Spanish team of this online Olympiad, Artur Kogan. Just a few seconds, I think he's entering our broadcasting already.
Perfect. Yes. We're just waiting for him to come on now. Excellent.
Oh. Finally, Artur, hello. As I already said, yes, you're our special guest today, the most diverse grandmaster that you can ever meet, and the captain and the trainer of Spanish team of this online Olympiad. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Polina.
Thank you. And first of all, I just have to ask, what is Olala chess? What you have that you have invented? Why is Olala?
Why is Olala? Well, it's because when I was living in France, everybody was saying oh la la, to everything. Oh la la is good, oh la la is also for something bad. And I fell in love with this expression. So when I see a good move, oh la la, what a beautiful move. And when it's a bad move, also oh la la. So that's how I invented later my system, oh la la chess, and many oh la la moves.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you're the captain of the Spanish team over here. Tell us, when did your association with the visually challenged and blind chess begin?
A little bit lost you, but I understood the question about my connection, yeah? Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm working with blind players since many years, about, I think, more than 20 years. But especially I was asked by the Spanish Federation for the ONCE, a special federation for discapacities, about 17 years ago. I was asked especially to help to some players, and I agree because it's a big challenge, even that it's not really a well-paid job. It's rather a job that you do with the heart, and to help nice people to solve not so easy challenges. And I really love impossible missions, so we make many impossible missions possible with this job.
And what are sort of some of the success stories that you've had on the back of sort of your involvement with ONCE?
With the blind players concretely, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we started very well because Dragici, that is now my third board here, he managed to finish third in the World Championship that time. That was a big surprise because he was ranked, I think, before last. And to make it possible, he had to win the last 5 games. That was also amazing. So I saw the effect of the importance of my system, because my system of teaching is based not only on chess moves, also a lot of psychology, a lot of positive thinking, to learn how to lose and then to come back stronger. And for these people, it's very important, the psychological part, because as you can imagine, all of them pass not easy life. And they teach me also a lot, and I'm happy to teach them.
And is the culture in Spain friendly towards visually challenged chess players?
Sorry, is there a culture?
Culture, yes, culture in Spain friendly towards visually challenged chess players.
There is some special tradition, I think, compared to other countries. They get some special help because in Spain, the people that are blind and also in general, the disabled people always are trying to collaborate in the society in a special way. They get some, not just help by money, but job. Mm-hmm. So most of them, all my players were also still working normal jobs, daily life. Well, not completely normal, but something that they can do, of course. For example, special lottery for discapacities, and it's not easy job. And like this, they feel like more normal families. Yes, they manage to make family life, to have kids, and that's beautiful. Yes, that they don't feel out of society.
And obviously you mentioned as well sort of the psychological, that you're looking at the whole package. You're not just looking at the chess moves, but like how have you seen sort of the players transfer those skills into their everyday life?
Yes, well, it's very evident that chess is helping a lot to your daily life, right? Because many situations that seems impossible or very hard, suddenly they see that are possible. Like, for example, to win positions that they think they are lost, and suddenly they discover that by fighting back, they can win. Other examples, for example, some of my students won against title players, even against grandmasters. And with having rating 2,100, 2,200 is amazing, proving that mission is possible. And for daily life, it means that no limits. I mean, many times when they think they have problem because of the vision, they learn that by fighting harder, by learning stronger, you can manage. Even with computers like we see now, this is unbelievable.
And Artur, I see that you're very passionate and serious about this work that you do, because even when I was asking you to come to the show during this online Olympiad, you told that for the first day you can't come as you have to watch after your team. And today you agreed to come just for 20 minutes. And what motivates you, and how do you give all your energy to this?
First of all, when Polina is asking me something, I come. This is clear. So here I am. And my motivation is, I think from nature, since I was very young, I always enjoyed to help other people. I think it's my education from my family. It's all about education, the values. First of all, to be human before to be materialistic. And this is the values I have. So I always, it keeps me passionate and motivated to see the results and to see the players learning something new, because for me, the most important thing in life, I think, is always to advance. I don't like to pass one day without learning or teaching something new. So it's kind of my way of life. And with these kind of people, you can see this, no? Because they really enjoy, they love chess. Chess is giving them life. You know, it's giving them special life. Not only, also for us, of course, but for them it's very special. And that's why it's motivating me to give them this passion, this love for the game, and to improve. And it's beautiful to watch, even that it's hard, of course, when they lose, but it's beautiful.
No. Shall we maybe have a look at some of the games, how you guys are going? So if we have a look at board 16.1, which is obviously the first board, which is, let me just get the names up, Albert Oliveira Gutierrez versus Kay Marimutu today. So are you able to follow it on Tornillo as well?
Yes, of course.
Perfect, excellent.
Yes.
So talk us through a little bit what has happened on there so far.
Okay, let me see, I just saw the first moves. Well, my guy Alberto, that is very nice man, he decided to play a double fianchetto, no? A double fianchetto. It's been a very slow opening, without a big fight for the center, and slowly he wants to get some advantages in the center. So he did move number 8 already, d4, looks very nice. And his opponent gave him the center away. That is great news for us, yeah?
That's good, that's good.
All the center is ours after 12 moves, yeah?
Very much so, very much so.
Yeah, so in this case, for example, it's not a secret that this was more or less the strategy.
Well, at least they listen. That's good to know.
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah, perfect. Shall we have a look at board 2 then as well and see what's going on there?
Sure.
So that would be 16.2. It's just that they can have it on next to us on the broadcast as well, so they can follow and they can keep an eye on the game there as well.
Yes, great. Let's see. So is Dragici,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Yes, my guy Gavril Dragici. This is the one that managed to get once third in the world. Alberto, by the way, was second also once, so it's another amazing result. And these guys, many times they do results above the rating, so it's really beautiful to watch. In this case, we see a little bit the other case around, that white got some more space from the opening. I can't say that I'm really happy with the position of my guy, but he's very solid, no? All the pieces are in the center, no clear weaknesses. White is probably slightly better because he has more space.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not something still to worry about, because the plan of Gavril is clearly going to be now to play for e5, breaking the center and making all his bad pieces to smile. And this is also about my Olala chess, not to make your pieces smile. Because I believe that the pieces have to be treated like, you know, like humans. We have to make them smile, happy, to dance. For the moment, they're not dancing, but after e5, I see some possibilities to have some discotheque.
Good. I really like that concept of the ulala, because it really can be interpreted any way, can't it? So that's really, really good.
Thank you very much.
No.
And Artur, you're the most experienced trainers for the blind players, because as far as I know, you're working with them for almost 17 years, right? So what would you say a trainer has to be careful about, or how can he work the best with the blind players? What are the points he has to keep in mind?
Okay, good question. Well, in general, of course, it's not that easy job, because we have to understand that the blind players, each one has different kind of visual problem. Some of them of the players I work with are completely blind. Some of them have very small vision. And in general, I think the job of the trainer is, if the player, like let's say Gavril Dragici, this guy, he has 6% only in one eye 0, the other eye 6% vision. So I'm helping him as much as I can from this 6% vision to make maximum. This is the job. So it means we're trying to give him confidence, for example, to face some problems in the computer that is very hard for him, as you can imagine. And he's trying himself. So I mean, it's a lot about giving confidence. The trainer have to give confidence. Trainer have to give some tools. And basically also what is important is, I think, the mental training, no? Because the mental training we're doing to learn to lose games and to come back is very, very important. All these guys are great fighters in life. And in chess, of course, sometimes chess is so hard, it's so cruel. When you have winning position and you lose, everybody knows this, right?
Yes.
When you are almost winning and you lose, it's very hard, very cruel. And it's very easy to stop, to say, no, I stop, I'm stupid, I don't know. And this is the job of the trainer, to help to come back and to remind that everybody, even Carson, can be stupid for one game, for one day, but tomorrow you can play again like world champion. This is the beauty of chess.
And talking about this tournament, what is the mission here for you as a trainer and as a captain?
Well, in this tournament, many new missions, yeah? First mission, to ensure that everybody is in time, nobody falls asleep, that the connection is okay, that the internet connection is good. I'm trying to help them to check. And the Zoom, how to share the Zoom, everything is new for most of the players. So there are many, many technical aspects that are important. Luckily, I had some experience with the online Olympiad with Italy that I'm training many years. Italy players, they have no problems with visions, but of course they also have some other problems, always, it's normal, like all the chess players. But I think that in general, our mission is to try to do maximum we can, our best. It's very hard, to be honest, to play short time control when you have visual problem, because when you have little time, they have clear disadvantage. the only chance is to say what is the time, but still, till they move, especially if a player has to use assistant, you know, you lose, like yesterday, we lost completely winning position because of that, because till the woman we have that she's completely blind, say to the assistant, and the assistant in this case is her daughter, that is also more emotions.
Yes.
So it's not easy, it's not easy. We have, and then my job is to help them, of course, to try to play quicker and better. And this is, like in every sport, we want to be quicker, better, stronger, and it's not easy, but we are fighting, and we wish to finish in the top, at least to try, yes.
And how would you like to what would you like to see for the future? Like, how would you want chess for people with disabilities develop in the next couple of years? What do you see happening, or what would you like to see happening there?
Well, first of all, yes, I want to thank a lot for people like you, like both of you, and of course to Luther, my friend, Thomas, and some other guys that are doing great job, and of course Nikos and all the arbiters. I think everybody is doing a great job, and we need a lot of patience and a lot of understanding, because the way they live is, of course, they need some extra help. One of my visions, I hope that there will be, first of all, Tornello. So
oh, I think we've just lost the connection for a second there.
But it's very important for us, because in the end of the day, blind players can play online, okay, if there is some special help. I mean, if instead to use assistant, and I think they will feel more confident with this than to trust another one, because they depends on connection, if the guy is not confused the moves. So I think this is something that I wish to be improved for the blind players, that the site will have the options so the blind can play alone, and the program will tell them the moves. That is something that exists, I think, in ICC or some other platforms, but not yet in Tornello. So I think this can be improved and will be great. I mean, my blind players will be so happy.
Yeah, I think it's probably, hopefully on the back of so many more things having to be online this year, I think, there will hopefully be a lot more innovation driven on that to allow people, because obviously it's not just relevant for people who play chess, but it's relevant for people that have visual impairments for anything that they have to do online. I mean, as you said yourself, we are sometimes struggling finding our way around all that new technology. So we can only imagine what it's like if you actually can't make out what you are actually trying to figure out. So it's definitely, hopefully we'll see a little bit of innovation around that over the next sort of year, 2 years time, fingers crossed.
I really hope so. I really hope so, because these people, with little step that we make for them, we can make them happy. So it's very important, yeah.
And Artur, you have a growing son, Rafael. And my personal question, do you teach him how to play chess? And if yes, from what age? Maybe he's doing already some combinations, some openings?
Yes, we started early with him, something like 2.5 years old.
Oh.
Already showing some moves, and surprisingly, he knew how to put the pieces very fast, already very early, all the pieces, and then to some moves, and he liked to make combinations. It's true, we practice sometimes, so for him it's fun. I mean, my son he really like a lot of numbers, astronomy. He has this, he's having fun.
That's good, because ultimately it'll help, in particular with numbers, it'll really help when you're confident with numbers in the long term, isn't it? It's not just helping with with chess, with games, but in general, I think, being able to not be afraid of numbers, I think is really important, really important.
Yeah, this boy is not afraid. He's from 3 years old. He knows numbers in 5 languages.
Wow.
Make mathematics, because it's unbelievable. I don't understand this. I mean, since 1 year, he knows to solve exercises that normally are for 5, 6. Some people have this passion since they're young. He loves numbers, so. And chess is helping. I agree with you. The chess is really helping from the logical part, and also to teach the rules, especially one time me, one time you. You can't play for both sides. Yeah, especially for the kids, it's very hard to accept because, you know, they want that you play what they want and they want to play what they want. They want the rules of Kasparov, yeah, to do whatever they want. But it's impossible.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's really, really great to hear. And it's great to see as well, obviously, how passionate you are to really sort of, you know, make sure that everybody has access to chess and that they can play chess and that they have the adaptations around them. So, but yeah, is there anything sort of you'd like to obviously sort of say to participants and to our viewers as well, sort of as just sort of a little final couple of words?
Yeah, maybe about what you just say. That's basically, yes, since many years, I'm very happy to help to people that really need to improve and wish to improve and to face what we call impossible missions, but I like to make them possible. I have also many students that are very old, for example. I trained the student with 70 years old and more and prove that it is possible to improve. And I have too many girls. You know, I'm trainer of many famous women champions since many years, proving that they can become grandmaster for men. Already few of them grandmaster for men and few of them beat many grandmasters. So, I mean, I always wish to pass the message that we can always improve, and chess is a beautiful weapon, you know, education weapon to get better, to get stronger, to get wiser. And we have to use the positive image of chess I think for all ages. Especially now with the Queen's Gambit, we have to be on top.
And thank you very much, Artur, for spending your time with us. We really appreciate you coming on the show here and wish your team a big success during this online Olympiad. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And congratulations for your great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
So we are now joined by our second guest. We have Birgit Schäffner with us, who is the mum of German player Jarno Schäffner, who's been representing his country at all kinds of different tournaments. Herzlich willkommen, Birgit. Danke, dass du heute dabei bist. Und wir haben natürlich jetzt ein paar Fragen, so we'll have a couple of questions for you now as well.
Herzlich willkommen euch auch.
Your son has been playing for quite a few years in various tournaments and has represented Germany at World Championships for people with disabilities. How did you get into chess in the first place, considering that you don't play chess yourself?
So, also dein Sohn spielt ja nun mittlerweile schon seit ein paar Jahren auf allen möglichen Turnieren mit und hat Deutschland mehrfach auch bei den Weltmeisterschaften für Menschen mit Behinderung vertreten. Wie kommt ihr überhaupt zum Schach, wenn man bedenkt, dass du ja selbst eigentlich nicht Schach spielst?
Also Jarno ist zum Schach gekommen durch einen Therapeuten. Er war in einer Förderschule und dort ist er rangeführt worden an Schach und er meinte dann, er könnte vielleicht doch mal in den Verein gehen. Da ich ja kein Schach spiele, habe ich ihn dann immer hingefahren und begleitet und er ist eigentlich super toll in Nordhorn auch aufgenommen worden und ja, da macht er immer noch sein Training weiter.
So Jarno's basically got introduced to chess through his therapist because he was in sort of in a supportive school for people with disabilities, and because he was showing quite a bit of talent, basically he was encouraged to actually join the local club. And so Birgit took him there, and he was really well integrated into the actual team or into the club as well. So, and yeah, from there it continued to develop.
And what were some of the challenges in the beginning, and how did you work to overcome them?
So, was waren die Herausforderungen in der Anfangszeit und wie habt ihr daran gearbeitet, die zu überkommen?
Also Jano musste erstmal lernen, auf Menschen zuzugehen. Jano war sehr zurückhaltend, hatte Schwierigkeiten beim Gehen. Sprechen hat er immer noch nach wie vor oftmals Schwierigkeiten, sich auszudrücken. Er versteht alles. Wenn sehr starke Stresssituationen sind, hat er auch manchmal Schwierigkeiten mit der Hand- und Beinmotorik. Ansonsten, er musste eben das Vertrauen zu den Menschen bekommen. Und da war es immer wichtig, dass ich dabei bin und ihn auch überall hin begleite, wie Wege zu zeigen. Die Orientierung fehlt manchmal.
Yeah, so obviously in the beginning in particular, Jano was struggling sometimes with his coordination, where he was struggling to walk. He actually had to learn in the first place to build the trust with people, to talk to them, even to the extent now that he does understand everything, but he's sometimes really struggling to actually respond. And that can really put him under stress and under pressure, where he then feels even more nervous. So it's really important that Birgit is with him and to just support him with with his sense of orientation as well, to make sure that he just feels like he is secure and safe.
And how was it for you as a parent to have to watch when Jano's games weren't going as well?
So, und wie war es für dich, als Elternteil zuschauen zu müssen, wenn Janos Spiele nicht ganz so gut liefen?
Also für mich ist es sehr interessant, immer wieder auch neue Menschen dort kennenzulernen, ob mit Behinderung oder die Begleitpersonen. Und Jan und ich begegnen uns auf einer anderen Ebene. Wir verständigen uns durch Mimik. Ich kann schon merken, bevor das Spiel zu Ende ist, ob er gewinnt oder nicht. Denn die Mimik bei ihm macht immer sehr viel aus.
So over the years, it almost seems like Birgit and Jano have almost developed like a non-verbal communication. So she obviously really enjoys meeting different people, whether it is at the tournaments and the players themselves or people around them. But over the years, they have almost that intuition where they communicate on a different level. So just by reading his expressions, by reading his face, and Birgit can usually already tell if the game was positive or negative. Ich glaube, du hattest jetzt während des Turniers hattet ihr, glaube ich, ein paar technische Probleme zu Hause, oder? So you had a couple of technical problems. So tell us a bit more, erzähl uns ein bisschen mehr darüber.
Ja, das Problem war eigentlich hier, dass wir tatsächlich wohl ein Virus drauf gekriegt haben. Der Rechner von ihm ist erst ein halbes Jahr alt und wir hatten also echt Probleme, dass immer wieder Zoom abstürzte und wir gesagt haben, das kann gar nicht. Und jetzt war der Techniker da, jetzt ist alles gut.
Good. So obviously they've had some technical issues which have stressed Jano out quite a bit as well, where he was almost a bit anxious, and so Zoom kept crashing and they didn't quite know, even though it's a brand spanking new computer. So that obviously put a lot of pressure onto him as well.
And how did the experience and the chessboard transfer themselves into the daily life? How did chess influence your life?
Und so, wie haben sich die Erfahrungen am Schachbrett im täglichen Leben bemerkbar gemacht? Also wie hat Schach euer Leben beeinflusst?
Also erstmal ist Jano wesentlich freier geworden. Jano hat durch Motorik und durch viele Veränderungen eben auch viele Sachen noch dazugelernt, die er nicht konnte. Ich sage jetzt mal ein kurzes Beispiel, Fahrradfahren. Er konnte mit 15 gerade das erste Mal Fahrrad fahren. Vorher ging es nicht. Und es sind so kleine Sachen, die einem dann gut tun, die man dadurch sieht, die als Fortschritt macht.
So obviously through chess, he's become much more freer, much more comfortable. And sort of his coordination has gotten much better. He's also able to adapt to change much more. And there's lots of things that he's learned that you weren't really expecting for him to actually be able to learn. So Birgit was saying that he's only learned to actually ride a bike at the age of 15, which is something they never thought that sort of he would be able to do. And it's sort of those little steps that really sort of make a difference with how he's sort of interacting with other people and where they can really see the advances in it.
And what are some of the opportunities that you would like to see available for players with disabilities in the future?
Und was würdest du gern an Möglichkeiten für Spieler mit Behinderungen in der Zukunft sehen?
Also ich würde mich freuen, wenn noch weiterhin viele Veranstaltungen stattfinden für Menschen mit Behinderungen, die dann eventuell auch anders vielleicht gefördert werden, wo Menschen dann einfach eben auch vielleicht finanziell unterstützt werden können. Das steht bei uns jetzt nicht in Frage, dafür gehe ich arbeiten, aber gibt ja auch genug Menschen mit Behinderung, die dieses sich nicht erlauben können.
So Birgit would like to see continued tournaments for people with disabilities, but also a lot more support, also from a financial point of view. Obviously, your family is able to cope with the expenses because you can go to work, but obviously she understands that there are other people that might not have or that might struggle a lot more. So it would be great to get a little bit more. A little bit more support to allow for more people to take part in those tournaments.
And how much traveling did you do, and how did it help or influence to Jano?
So mit eurem ganzen Reisen auch eben zu den Schachturnieren, auch nicht außerhalb von Deutschland, wie hat das geholfen und wie hat das Jano auch verändert?
Jano ist selbstbewusster geworden, selbstbewusster, freier, hat einen trockenen Humor dazu bekommen, geht mehr auf Menschen zu, freut sich, wenn er die Zeit mit mir dann auch verbringen kann, weil ich ja nur auch viel mit der Arbeit eingespannt bin, aber das sind so unsere Highlights zusammen, die wir haben, und ich hoffe, dass wir die noch viele Jahre haben.
Yeah, so the travel time between you guys being on the road, you've really enjoyed it because it's sort of quality time that you can have together, where you have that chance to actually bond with him, sit down, and that you're hoping that is still, you have a couple more years ahead of that with Jano. But it's also helped him to really become a lot more confident. He's actually developed quite a dry humor on the back of it, and I've seen that in action actually myself as well, how he can sometimes come up with things where it's like, oh, okay. And he's also learned to be a lot more outgoing towards people, and has become more confident all round.
Oh, it's really great to hear. And what are the hopes that you have for Jano? Will chess continue to be important for him?
Und was sind deine Hoffnungen für Jano? Wird Schach weiterhin große Bedeutung für ihn haben?
Ja, also Jano wird weiter Schach spielen, da bin ich mir eigentlich ganz sicher. Und alles das, was ich irgendwie ermöglichen kann, das werde ich auch machen. Weil es hat ihm gut getan, es hat mir gut getan. Man hat viele liebe Menschen kennengelernt und ich hoffe, dass es auch weiter so bleibt.
Yeah, so basically chess has really helped, and Birgit really hopes it will continue to play a big role in their lives. It's not just helped her, but obviously it's also really helped Jano. They've met some really amazing people through chess, and they're really hoping that, long may it continue, because it's really helped the whole of the family ultimately.
And over the years, you have gotten to know some of the players that are taking part in this online Olympiad. Who else are you rooting for? Is there anything else you like to pass on to the players?
So über die Jahre hast du ja natürlich selbstverständlich einige der Spieler persönlich kennengelernt, die jetzt auch in der Olympiade teilnehmen. Wem drückst du sonst noch die Daumen? Und gibt es sonst noch etwas, was du den Spielern gerne sagen möchtest?
Also erstmal den Spielern möchte ich also Fair Play sagen, dass sie weiter ordentlich alle zusammenhalten auch. Dann drücke ich natürlich für Russland, für die Daumen, für die Türkei, für Deutschland natürlich außer Frage. Und ganz besonders liebe Grüße werden also an Svetlana Gersmanova und an Andres Castro, der also aus Riobamba da ist und auch spielt. Und wie gesagt, vor allen Dingen auch die Spieler der Europamannschaft, die letztes Jahr in Ankara gestartet haben, zusammen das Spiel gemacht haben.
Perfect. So obviously, she wishes fair play to everybody, you know, and of course she is, you know, rooting for the German team, obviously, but she's also supporting the Turkish team. In particular, she'd like to give a shout out to Svetlana Gerasimova and Andres Castor, but also the other players that were part of the European team last year at the Confederations Cup. So, and obviously, I think even though we are all remote from our own homes, it still feels like family. So vielen, vielen Dank, dass du heute uns etwas deiner Zeit gegeben hast, einfach mal darüber gesprochen hast, auch aus der Perspektive eines Elternteils, wie Schach eben wirklich weiterhelfen kann und was es für einen Unterschied machen kann, nicht nur für den Spieler, sondern auch eben für die Menschen drumherum. So yeah, really big shout out, big thank you to you for joining us. And yeah, giving us a different perspective, not just from a player's perspective, but also from a parent's perspective in how sort of it can really change a player's life and the family's life around it as well. Vielen Dank.
Ich sage euch auch danke und vielen Dank an das Orga-Team und macht weiter so, ihr seid klasse.
Super, vielen Dank. Tschüss.
Tschüss.
Great. So we have a very familiar face again with us. Thomas has joined us to have a look at some of the games that have been going on. Thanks for popping in, Thomas. We really appreciate it. Hope you've been keeping an eye on the games that have been happening today.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, sure. Of course, I'm following the games of today. And I saw your broadcast. Very nice interviews with Artur and Birgit. Really nice insight. So thanks a lot. And of course, very closely, I was following the 3 top matches. The 6 leading teams are just facing each other. And we see already some matches may already be decided, like Russia leads 2-0 versus Croatia. And okay, this is nearly, you know, the match in the pocket. But also a big surprise might come in India versus Poland. The Polish team, for a big surprise, left out their grandmaster. Grandmaster Marcin Taspier is not playing today. And this might be the chance for the Indian team. And they're already leading 1-0. And well, the other 3 remaining games, well, I'm not sure if Poland can just turn this around. So let's have a look.
Shall we have a look at board 1.1 then, which is the first board of the game, India? Yeah, so if you can have a look at board 1.1, we'll get that up for our viewers as well, so they can keep an eye out on that as well. So yeah, so talk us through what's been happening there, Thomas.
Yes. So, okay, as I said already, today, International Master Marcin Molanda is taking care of board number 1 from Poland, while his colleague Martin Taspier, the Grandmaster, is taking a break. So, okay, the game, you know, is on high a big fight. It's very tense, you know, equal material. Black is just aiming to get an attack, while white seems to have some positional advantages. Time-wise, they're very equal. And well, obviously with India being 1-0 in the lead already, you can imagine that, Massimo Molanda is under great pressure to win this game. I mean, I don't believe in a draw here. This will be a decision in one or the other way. And well, Poland can really not risk a second loss in this match. So, okay, yeah, this is very, very tight. And I think we have the time in a few minutes to return to this game. But let's check, you know, the next one, 1.2 from the same match.
Great, we're just getting that one up as well. So that is Lukasz Novak versus Ganguly Kishan. So how is that looking?
Yes, so, okay. Well, also here, the position is very tight. And okay, here we got a lot of unbalances. So first of all, black is a pawn up. So this is from material base. But, you know, this is not all what counts in chess. Black has a very, very little time left. Yeah, only 1 minute versus the 9 minutes from Novak. So this is, okay, a huge favor for white. And okay, it's very clear in this moment, white has, in this moment, has to keep queens on board. Of course, at this moment, black is just offering to trade queens, but okay, white cannot accept it. White will go with the queen to some place, and then trying to start some tactical things, which is especially helpful since black has little time and could easily miss something. Here, if I you know, I would bet, you know, in this position I would bet on white, on the player from Poland, but of course not clear yet, you know, nothing done. But here we will see a decision soon, more or less, also in one or the other way. And okay, here you know, favors for Poland. And also to this game, I think we should return. And let's go to the other game of this match. This is 1.4, because on the third board, the Indian team has won already. So 1.4, yeah?
Yeah, we're getting that up now as well. That looks to be in quite, because they both are fairly low on time. So that looks actually fairly interesting on that one, on sort of on the time front already.
Yeah, here we have the black is the strong Indian woman international master Janita Anto. She is a multiple world champion for people with physical disabilities. She won gold medals in para games, etc. Famous. And okay, Janita, as far as I know, has won all her games until this moment. She's a great asset for the Indian team. And yeah, well, here it looks like that white is better, and especially since Janita is just very low on time. But on the other way, black has a tough position. The position is very closed, no easy way to break through for white. And now the last move, rook d5, is very nice, typical blockade move. And I think she's ready to sacrifice the rook for a bishop, but just keeping the position closed. And okay, black might be worse here, but this is not over. Nothing but over in this position. So this is close. The match is just very, very tight, and India might actually have the surprise of the event in this moment, because we all consider the first team from Poland to be the super favorites in this event. But well, you know, well, okay. Now, okay, black exchanged rooks. And okay, I personally thought that she would keep the rook on d5 and sacrifice it. But okay, this is also possible, just also pragmatic. Janita is still worse, but okay, might hold. And, you know, especially with both players going low on time, we really don't know. So this match, well, basically, yeah, this might be a surprise, but still not over yet. So shall we go to one of the other matches?
Yeah,
I mean,
Polina, do you have any particular game in mind?
Maybe we can move to the board.
Yeah.
4.4, Alexandra Alexandrova from Israel against Cesar Mendoza from Philippines. How does it look?
Yeah. So these are the teams, Philippines and Israel. They already drew one match. So they are only on 5 points out of 6, but still both teams are high favorites for medals or even the tournament victory. So they face each other now. And okay, the winner will compete on the very top boards while the loser has to take chances to fight back. So let's see. In this game, of course, yeah, okay, here we see another issue. White, the player from Philippines, Chaser Crystal, she is down to 1 minute. It looks like that she's better with, I mean, but it's not that easy to break through. Okay, she's trying here very hard to give the checkmate, yeah? I mean, hard to say, yeah. Okay, attacking, but yeah, on the other side, yeah, black is a piece up and it looks like, yeah, well, black should defend this. And Alexandrova is also conveniently moving fast, you know. She played in many events for players with disabilities. I've met her in several occasions. She's a very solid and strong player. And okay, it looks like that in this game, I think black is better. So this is yeah, more or less, I'm certain, yeah. Well, on the other side, the other matches, I think, okay, Russia is leading 2-0, so they will most likely win the match. We might look at one more from the top boards. What do you suggest?
Well, which one would you want to look at, Thomas? Shall we maybe have shall we check in how the German team is doing?
Yeah, okay.
On their boards. If we say, let's have a look. If we look at 3.1, which is Georg Braun versus Oleg Tuka. So if we can get that one up, so we can have a look at how your countrymen are doing.
Yeah, well, okay. Okay, it looks like White is doing excellent in this position, yeah, black under huge pressure. So yeah, both the Ukrainian and the German team are also contenders for the top places, and they are both on perfect score yet. So we will really see after this round, we might not even see a leading team yet. You know, they are all still maybe 2 or even 3 teams on perfect score. So it seems already, you know, winning such a competition means, like, you know, not giving away anything, you know. So I'm sure the winner at the end will either have won all 7 matches or maybe just dropped 1 point, you know, just 1 draw. But I think, you know, with only 7 rounds, you know, there's no margin for an error. So here, okay, it looks like things are going excellent here for the white player. Now knight takes f5, strong move, threatening checkmate on h6 in 1. That's why knight had to be taken. But now white takes the rook and okay, stays in this position, solid position with 2 pawns up. I think in this position there's no hope anymore for black. So this is obviously, okay, black doesn't need to resign here, but the situation is terrible, to put it that way. So
shall we check in again on the top board on board 1.1 to see how they are going on now, a couple of minutes in?
Yeah, if Poland will survive this match, they did a great job because the situation is really difficult. And yeah, I think if the Polish team is dropping a match, then the competition will be wide open, yeah? So let's see, 1.1. Okay, Marcin Molenda managed to create a lot of attacking and a lot of action on the board now, especially with White's king in the crossfire of checks from the bishops. So okay, it looks like, you know, black will prevail. Okay, White has trouble managing all the problems you see on the time consumed, or it's going down to the last second. So okay, in a way, yeah, Molenda will win. I'm pretty much sure about that. And okay, it looks like he will win. So okay, King D1 still a good move, trying to hide the king from the black pieces. Yeah, well, but yeah, still, I would definitely prefer black here. So okay, Poland on the way to equalize the match, and the remaining two games we have seen they are tight. I mean, India can pull off a big surprise today, but well, it's not there yet. Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on that. We'll tell you guys all about it tomorrow. No doubt about that.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Shall we stay with this match for a minute or two?
Well, we are coming to the end of the broadcast now already anyway. I mean, we can keep an eye on it if you'd like to, but I said we can always look back at it. If you want to join us again tomorrow, we can have another look at that game tomorrow, so you can talk us a little bit through more.
Yeah.
But,
so we also invite all our followers to go to the live broadcast on Tornello. It's nice to follow all the games. So here we see the players just, you know, fighting. So this is everything good and ongoing. So, but okay, thank you for having me. This is a very exciting round, and the event is getting incredibly excited because, I mean, of course, all the teams are winners and all the players, but at the end, gold medals is only for one team.
Yes, very much so, very much so. No, thank you so much, Thomas, for coming on and sort of giving us a couple of insights on some of the games. As I said, we'll be excited to see you again at some point during the broadcast. So yeah, give us a little bit more of an insight in some other games as the rounds go on. So really big thank you to you.
Thank you so much for having me.
And obviously, so that brings us pretty much to the end of our broadcast for round 4 today. We really thank you for joining us today again, and yeah, following some action. Hopefully, you've taken something away from our chats with Artur and Birgit as well. It's quite interesting to sort of to get some insights from sort of the people around chess as well. And yeah, as we said earlier on, follow the action on Tornello and on chess results as well. And we will be back again tomorrow.
Thanks to everybody for joining us these days. The action continues tomorrow. Please tune in. Bye.